Hi, I am back. I thought I'd move on and clear my table of all this gingerbread candy that I have spread all over my dining table. I went ahead and did that recipe that I did with the meringue powder, the powdered sugar, and a little bit of water. So I wanted to show you, when I first started making gingerbread houses, I made them off of this kit. I made these years ago when I was in Texas, and then I did some here in Colorado. This is a really cool kit because it has the gingerbread recipe that you can do from scratch, and it has the royal icing recipe with the royal icing with the meringue powder that I followed off of this powder. It had the recipe on there, but it's also on this page of instructions. So this is really a cool book, and it pretty much is the very same thing. What I did was I took according to the recipe, a quarter of a cup of the meringue powder that makes the frosting stiff so it holds the house. And I put it in a bowl, in a little bowl, and I added a quarter cup of water, and I whisked it and until it got foamy. And then once that was done, I went to my mixer, my big mixer in the kitchen, and I started mixing it and adding 4 cups of the powdered sugar. So I did 4 of these cups, and I mixed it in the mixer. But before I mixed it in there, I had to sift it. So I put the powder in the sifter, then I sifted it until it was all sifted before I put it in the mixer. And then once I put it in the mixer, it gave me the meringue powder that I needed so that I could put my little house together. So I had to do that because these gingerbread houses that I got, that I gave away, I usually buy them when they're on clearance. I get them for really cheap. So I had like 20 some at one time or more. I've done this for 2 years. But what I have learned is that the frosting that they give you, I don't know if this one is because it's not frozen, gets hard, so it doesn't work. So let me see, maybe this one will work because it feels soft. But because it didn't work for me, because it was too old, I sent the recipe and the instructions to the people I gave the little kits to, so they could have fresh and frosting that will stick. So out of this kit that I bought a long time ago, we used to make these and have gingerbread house kits or contests. And I made all of these one year when I was in Texas, and I gave each one to my brothers. My brother Guillermo, Willie, he has a house that looks like this, so I gave him that one. I thought that was really cool that year. So I saved this because all the recipes are here. Plus, if you don't want to follow the traditional house decoration, that's the one on the box, like those that come with the kits. You can do any one that you want, or this gives people ideas. When I had my gingerbread house kit workshop in my house last year, I showed these to the people, and they started doing something similar to these, like using the candy canes, which was not in their kits. So this is a really cool thing. I don't know if I have time to at least make gingerbread. I have a mold that I could do gingerbread with so that I could put them on the tree or give them as gifts. But this is a really cool gift. It even shows you how to do the basic cake decorating that I do when I do my own cakes. So it's really a useful little booklet to keep after you use it. Shows you how to do step by step on the different houses, and you can have a lot of fun rolling out your own dough and then cutting them out with a pattern like here, and then putting them together with the icing. Lots of fun, but takes lots of time. I haven't done that for a few years. It is fun to do, but lately I have not taken the time. So I thought I would show you how to do the frosting because I did it already, and so I was able to put my house together. Now I'm gonna let it sit and dry so it doesn't fall off with the weight of the candy. So I'm gonna decorate this somehow to cover up this this extra frosting that kind of spilled over because it was a little bit runny, so I had to be careful. So what I can do right now is I can take some of this and I could do the yard. I could put the snow around the house to make it look like there's snow all around. Like when it snows, there's usually snow in the yard. So I'm gonna fill that because that is easy and it won't slip. Then I have all the different candy ready so that I could have it to decorate. So I'm just gonna do a little snow yard. As you can see, just on the top, so it has a snow effect. Then I have to cover up this frosting or put it in the tube so it doesn't dry up on me for when I do this later tonight when the roof is set. So you can do I told the people, don't throw away your old frosting that maybe the one that comes with the kit you could use as the snow on the yard around the house, but mine did get a little bit dry, so I don't know that it will work. You can try because maybe different kids react different to time. But this is the recipe that I sent to my to the people I gave kits to. I told them where to buy the meringue powder, how to follow the directions. And so I probably will have some left over. So I have two more houses I need to give away. So I'm gonna give them, the people that take those, I'm gonna give them a little bit of the meringue so they don't have to go to the store and buy it. I'll give them some of the frosting already made in a little baggie, and that way they can do their little house. So there's my little house. The roof is still setting, and so is the little chimney. I had to put a little wedge of candy cane there because it was slipping off. So I hope it'll stay. So I'm gonna wait a little bit to decorate. I want to make sure my frosting is not too runny for when I do the decorations on the walls with the windows and such. There's all kinds of candy that it came with that I can use. I can try a little bit to see if it's gonna work. I don't know that it will. This is kind of messy right now. Let me see. This tube is kind of I don't know that these candies are going to stay. Let me try one or two. See, you can begin to decorate. It's a lot of fun to do this part for kids and even adults. And you can choose the colors you like, the patterns. It looks like it is sticking a little bit. So I guess, I don't know. I have to wait and see. So it's kind of running a little bit, so I think I will wait a little bit. I might add a little bit of more of the sugar so it's a little thicker and not as runny. So you have to kind of play with that to make sure that you get the right consistency. So there is that part. You can begin to decorate. So I'm going to leave it. I'll probably decorate it without you watching me. I think what I am going to do, though, is instead of doing the lattice like this on this box, I'm going to do snow. I'm going to fill this with snow, all white, because that's what our roofs look like when they are, when it snows, they get all white. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that until this is more set. So with the weight of it, it won't slip again. So there you go, just a short video to show you how to do the meringue powder for those of you that have a kit. Para los que le di una casita, ya les enseñé cómo hacer el betún, que se van a tomar 4 tazas de estas, ¿cómo se dice? Sifting, coladas, con un cuarto del polvo que les dije que compraran, y con un cuarto de agua. El polvo se pone, aquí están las instrucciones, un cuarto del polvo y media taza de agua, y se bate hasta que se hacen piquitos, y luego con la batidora se le agrega la azúcar glass, ya 4 tazas coladas, y luego ya la mete en su batidora y sale el betún. Ya ese betún se hace duro y se sostiene en la casita para que no se les caiga con el peso de los dulces. Entonces yo lo voy a dejar así un ratito, pero ya está el betún, lo voy a tapar para que no se me seque, o ponerlo en la bolsita para guardarlo bien, y luego ya la voy a decorar después, más tarde. Ok, espero esto les haya servido. Si quieren hacer gingerbread, pueden encontrarlo en el YouTube, y el royal icing les digo que es el mismo, ya nomás se compran los dulces aparte. Ok, bueno, nos vemos más tarde, espero les haya servido, que estén bien. Adiós.